So the book floats on its own about head height next to Crownbringer, and they go up towards the upper training area where the Guardian's home is. They come in and come up, and inside there's what looks like something very similar to fairies spinning around, like a crystalline magic sapping structure that it looks like it's some type of changed Taman's hut, but it's like the fairies are, the fairy like creatures are spinning around it. So Lightbringer follows the book. The book comes up to the jail first, and at this point the fairies stop spinning and come back to the Guardian's hand. It's like where it left from. So the Guardian says, "You may speak or observe the captive."
So this is the being that killed Omni? What did he do exactly? Do you know?
I do not know. I wasn't there. So from what I've been told, he has your brain.
So Charles is in the room.
That would be correct.
When we actually came back, I got word. Someone had a bad feeling that something was going on here, and we came back, and the Mind Flayer was up on the Guardian, and it went into screaming, saying it wanted the book.
Why would it want the book? Why would it want me?
It would eat you.
Well, I believe with it being with your brain in it, instinctually it would want the book because, as you know, you are power.
I am. Can the Mind Flayer hear me?
Yes. Like the Guardian can allow it.
Why do you seek me?
So you can see the cold, steely eyes of the Mind Flayer looking you over, trying to get, and everyone in the room can hear the Mind Flayer speak in its mind. And its voice come across, and it sounds like Omni. It goes, "You are mine."
Daddy, if you would free me, someone would die.
As I was saying, your brain wants the book.
Daddy, here's all my water.
Inside on if it is Omni or if it's the Mind Flayer talking. And I rolled a 26.
It's out of your mouth.
No, sorry, 20. Honestly.
On insight,
Yeah. It's a dirty 20.
like the book looks in like in feeling, and it feels that a part of the string that it felt earlier flows through it. It's like a piece of the Mind Flayer is the thread of Omni's soul is wrapped around it, and it goes out just like how it's wrapped around you. Because you're so close to it, like you can feel the thread flow through. It's like you, like this Mind Flayer, have a piece of Omni. While you are Omni, but you are also not Omni.
So seeing this being, what did it do with Omni Spring? Do you know?
They consumed it. Oh, well, you can talk to my player.
What now? Sorry.
Oh man.
He asked if you knew what it did with Omni Spring.
No idea. That was what I was told.
So I look at the mind flayer.
I was told your brain is in it. It's
So you look at the mind player. The mind player is it's like I am you and you are me. It's like we both studied what mind flayers did and would do with brains.
Yes.
No matter how they tossed the dice,
So
it had to be.
what I will say about one thing I do know about the mind flayer, they seem to devour Inuit.
Yeah. That is. But
Which you would already know that.
I do. But what I don't understand is how it failed to consume the brain. I think.
Maybe the brain is too powerful.
Which is highly possible.
So the book needs to have the book roll another insight check.
Oh, 6.
Can I assist the book? Possibly give it advantage?
No, you don't know the book's doing it.
Okay.
Again, the book can see the threads. You all cannot. So, but I will say the book. What did you roll a 20 before?
Yeah, non-natural.
Yeah. On the early. It's like you notice though that you see the thread coming to and from you, but the thread going to between you and the mind flayer is different. It's almost like there is a golden weave wrapped around between you and the book. It's almost like there's an additional thread connecting you two.
Is there any insight you can give me on this book? And honestly, the only thing that I would know to do is try to get all the pieces of Omni back together.
No.
And I don't even know if that would help the situation in here or not.
I know what would help the situation. But that's for another time and another place.
Absolutely.
And there was something done in weeks past, but that'll have to be revealed later. But as of right now, we cannot do anything about it.
Can he roll a memory check?
What a history?
Just the conversation that they had with Dane concerning Omni and Omni's fate, because he was present for that specifically, both him and his priest.
But Dane didn't know the Omni was dead though.
No, they told him,
Because she'd been locked up.
and she was talking about he was going to be the only one that could get the thoughts out of her mind and figure out exactly what to do.
That's true. They talked. Or actually, he's the one that stayed up to.
That's odd.
For now, this mind flayer must be taken care of, which means he's going to need a steady supply of food.
The guardian hears this, and the guardian informs you all that if it is here, you probably do not have to worry about food because it's everything the house is doing not to put it into a time stop and destroy it. The guardian does inform everybody that it can encase it in a time stop somewhere in the house until you all have discovered how to deal with it.
For the mind flayer?
Yes. Because if it stays here, the house will eventually
Defend itself.
target. It's like,
I look at the mind flayer and what was your intent by if you had gotten a hold of me?
so you have to roll persuasion. You have to persuade yourself.
Can I cast Zone of Truth? Would that help at eating?
It just causes nothing.
Okay.
11.
So luckily it's like on sort of yourself. So, and you asked what its intentions was. To become whole.
As a whole mind flayer
Where are you going?
So and to become one.
with the mind flayer.
To become one. So, and at this point, the voice of Omni dissipates, and a different voice echoes from the mind flayer. So, and it is the voice of the actual mind flayer. And it says once the elder brain is able to absorb and become this, it's like this realm will not have a chance in our growth and conquest.
Once we what now? Sorry. I was trying to write all that down.
Now, which part did you get?
Mind flayer says once.
We were come together.
It's like
The
once
elder brain.
Once we're able to absorb and pass down what Omni knows, it's like
There will be no stopping.
They absorb memories and abilities and power, and then they spread it across the collective.
Gotcha.
And if it's powerful enough, it will make its way to the elder brain to make it more powerful. This brain has been touched by a legendary item, which is sitting right beside of you. Something that is possibly considered a god killer type, or equal to that of the gods in power, and the key to being able to unlock it, and use it is tied to Omni's brain because he was using it, cursed, but still using it.
Where is this elder brain?
My player will not answer that. So, but you're welcome to roll for it. So, better be in that 20.
Better be an 8
That's a very high secret.
Yes.
But
It is possible.
21.
so, that'd be not in that
Natural.
20. But very close. It looks and it says once you join with us, you will know. 'Cause
You will never get me.
I assure you, you'll never get the book.
So it's like it was within my grasp. It's like you think you're safe within these walls, but do not forget. It's like my brethren know what I knew once I got here.
This is I wonder if it could tell back when we send stuff out now.
Shouldn't be able to.
knew everything and was planning up until the time it got into the building.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's why I was wondering.
Once it got into the building, it was shut off from them. So the answer is the same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
I do like the idea of putting it in a time stasis. But I really think we need to go find more parts of Omni. And we will need the book to go with us to show us. Because you can see things that we can't.
I look at the Guardian and ask if it can still send telepathic messages out.
To where?
Anything. Can
To the Elder Brain.
Can the Mind Flayer send a message
Oh,
out to
I
anything?
thought you were asking if,
No,
if
no, no, no.
the Guardian could
No.
send out messages.
Can the Mind Flayer communicate in any way outside
No,
of the
not
walls?
like not with like now that the house is locked down. No.
Do we know if the Mind Flayers are able to infiltrate the house again?
The Guardian sits and sort of reaches out. So you were in luck. This piece of his soul is only wrapped around this one mind flayer. Even though it's not spread out. But the mind flayer says if this mind flayer is able to completely assimilate Omni's soul, it will be spread across however many hundreds or thousands of mind flayers that are there and touch everything.
But a time stop would force it to not.
Yeah, so the time stop will stop everything.
Definitely need to put in a time stop then.
If I could turn back time, if I could find a way,
Honestly, the one where she's doing it on the ship.
I would put all the pieces on me together, and you'd stay.
Don't forget, like all those threads are like poor Omni is being pulled apart. So for him to ever rest, you know, this thread will need to be destroyed for him to pass.
It's a good thing Rocky's not in the room.
And scissors won't do it.
No. Rocky knows what would do it. You pound head long enough, brain stop working.
But we're trying to,
So,
But we're trying to get it back-
and
we're
then
trying to
the
get back
thread
to-
just completely dissolves instead
yeah,
of
we're trying to find pieces.
Yeah.
And if the book can see a thread that we can't see, it would be invaluable to keep it alive. Hopefully in stasis, the book could still be able to see the thread and possibly lead us to the next piece, clue.
I'll tell you, like the book sees one going to another, like there's two going to two different realms. You can probably guess where those realms go.
Right.
One's going to the connection to the ninth level demon.
Mhm.
The other one is going to the like a celestial or higher plane, like through there. But you know, there's another section that there are threads going to things in the mortal realm.
Well, we can. How do you want to proceed, book?
Let's time stop
Okay.
this being until we can do something with it.
Okay. I can have that done right away. Do you have any questions for anyone else here?
I will have my questions with them momentarily.
We'll do the time warp again.
So you want to freeze him?
Yeah.
So, and with this, the guardian holds out his 3 fingers, and a different color, fairy-like looking being. And it circles the house, and it sort of flows through, and it almost looks like it's frozen ice. It comes in as this creaks and crackles, and becomes a very hard, solid shell, almost like he's encased in a purplish amber through. And as the last of the top stop comes through, so you hear both Omni's voice and the Mind Flayer speak in unison and say, "The book will be mine." And it closes. You are left in the room. It's very silent. For the first time, the Guardian looks a little shaken. So your passive insights understand that if this would come to fruition, Highborn will fall.
Well, we can't let that happen.
It won't happen.
So the book looking determined in the way a book can look
Pissed off.
determined.
I draw a smile or an angry face on a page.
So it tries to look angry, but it sort of looks like a sort of a smiley face in a way.
Do you have? Well, we really need to rest. That's one thing that needs to be done before we
Looks like a book needs
embark on whatever. Book, is there anyone else you'd like to speak with?
I'll speak with him in time.
So, and with that, everyone can give themselves a long rest. And just to let you know, like I said, it's been between this time stoppage and everything, it's been about a day. There have been lots of things happening. The Queen has been doing her own plans, and this is to say that the disappearance of Dane has really adjusted some of the things that she was trying to do. But your only lead with Omni also runs parallel with other problems that you have, as in the Drow.
Yeah.
So, and the direction that the Drow are is the direction of Omni's body. So you all will receive letters from the Queen in the coming week or in the coming day.
I just got a letter.
So
If you
can read it, great. If you cannot read it, then I'm sure there will someone that'll be able to help you read the common tongue.
I wonder who it's from.
The common tongue. So and with that, everyone, that is.
Will the letter come to Highborn?
No, these letters are going to be hand delivered to all of you.
Okay.
So, and I will be sending you all messages out with the letters.
Okay.
Yabba dabba doo.
And with that, I am stopping record. And we have just remember, no one get a paper cut from the book.